Hi there, welcome to the second part of our chapter number 3, coordinate geometry. In the last class, we learned a lot of basics of coordinate geometry and we learned how the plotted points can be explained and what is abscissa, what is ordinate. Abscissa is nothing but x coordinate, ordinate is nothing but y coordinate. So if a point is given, you will be able to understand what is the x coordinate and y coordinate specifically. Now, we will move to the last part of our chapter, plotting a point in a plane if the points are given. So let's see how this can be done. For that we will look at one of our example questions in our textbook. Example 3 in page number 62 says, locate the points 5 0 0 5 2 5 5 2 minus 3 5. Okay, we will plot all the points one by one. First let's try 2 comma 5, then 5 comma 2, then main points minus 3 comma 5, minus 3 comma 5, then minus 3 minus 5, minus 3 minus 5, 5 minus 3 and 6 1, 5 minus 3, 6 1, also 2 points 0 5 0 and 0 5. So these all are the points that we need to mark in the xy plane or the Cartesian plane. Let's try to do one by one. We need the help of a scale to do this problem. I have got one. Now the first point that we need to mark is 2 comma 5. What does that mean? The x coordinate is 2 or the abscissa is 2 and y coordinate is 5. In the examination, you will be just given a graph or an xy plane with some points being marked there, and you will be asked what's the abscissa, what's the ordinate, or it can be asked as what's the x coordinate, what's the y coordinate. So you can easily answer all of them by just observing. You can see in the ordered pair given, the first number or the number that comes first is the abscissa or the x coordinate, and the number preceding that one or number in the second place is called as the ordinate or y coordinate. Now let's mark the point. This one is a bit different. Let's see very carefully how this is done. The point to be marked is 2 comma 5. First what we need to do, we need to look through the, we know the first number means the x coordinate or abscissa, which means it will be marked in the x axis. Who is the x axis or x coordinate? This one. The horizontal line is called the x coordinate and the vertical one is called the y coordinate. So immediately we should understand that the point 2 is to be marked in the x coordinate. Where is 2? And one more thing, we should be very careful to make sure that it is positive or negative. Here it's positive, so this is our required point 2. Now this is not enough. The y coordinate is given. What's the y coordinate? It is 5. Now is it here that we should mark? No, it's in the y axis because it's a y coordinate. Here is the y axis and where is 5 in the y axis? Here. Now all you need to do is to join these two lines. We can draw a dotted line to join these 2 points. So I'm going to do the same. Point like this. And from 5 to the point that was beginning from 2, we meet here. Now, one more important thing, we should name the point as well. For the time being, I am going to name them as A, B, C, D, E, F, G and H. The letters should be capital alphabets. That's all. Now, this is our required point A, and you can mark like this A, and who are its coordinates? A to 5. That's the way to do it. Now similarly, let's try to do the second one. What is the second coordinate? 5 comma 2. The abscissa is 5, ordinate is 2, or the x coordinate is 5, y coordinate is 2. So where it will lie? In the x coordinate you can see 5 over here, and the y coordinate who is to be taken? 2. So it's here. Do the same process. Draw a line. The line should be perpendicular. You cannot draw a line like this. You cannot draw like this. The line should be always perpendicular. So I'm going to draw a perpendicular line from the 5. And how long does we need? We don't need much because our pair is over here itself. Now all we need to do is to join these 2 lines, and the joining point will be the required point B. So I am almost here. Yes, this point here will be our required point as B5, 2. I hope this is clear. In the same way, let's do the next one, -3, 5. What does it mean? The first coordinate or the x coordinate or axis is -3. So we should see through the x axis. Here it is. Our 3 is this one. Now, what is this pair? It is 5. And 5 is the y coordinate. So we will approach the y axis. Here is our y. Now let's join our lines. These two lines. First I am going to draw a line from -3 towards the upward direction, and from 5 also. Okay, this point is what's the name of that point we have mentioned? It is C. And what's the coordinate? We should write the coordinate as well, -3, 5. Now the next point is -3, -5. X axis has the x coordinate is -3 and y coordinate is also -3. Let's try to solve that one also. Where is -3 in the x axis? It's over here. And who is there in the y axis? It's -5. So that's it. Here's our -5. We just need to mark this point and join it together. So let's write it. This one is done. And from the y axis, I'm going to draw a line through -5. Okay, that's it. You can see that the joint point can be given the name as D. And what is the coordinate of D? It is -3, -5. That's it. Now I'm leaving this point E and F to you. It's very simple. Repeat the same process. Now look at the points G and H. What's the coordinate of G? It's different one. I'm going to edit a bit because 5 is already flattened up. I'm going to write it as 30 and 03 will do it. I'm going to mark the same. Listen very carefully. What does that mean? The coordinates of the point G is 3, 0. That is, axis A is 3, coordinate is 0. Or x coordinate is 3, y coordinate is 0. Let's write then. X coordinate is 3 means we don't have any doubt. Look at the x axis. Where is our point? It's over here. This is our point 3. Now, what about the y coordinate? The y coordinate is 0. That is, the distance from the point through the y axis is 0. I repeat, if the point G is given to us as 3, 0, then what would we do? First we will see that the x coordinate is 3. So we will mark the point 3 over here and we will go for the y coordinate. If we look at the y coordinate, it's clear that it is 0. Actually, if it is 0, then if it was 1, for example, let's see if it was 3, 1. Had it been 3, 1, what would we do? We will take the point 3 here and take the y coordinate as 1 here. We will join the line and this will be our required point. But here the y coordinate is 0. Y coordinate 0 means the y coordinate will be here. So the required point G will be here. That is, G is 3, 0. This is a point on the x axis, right? It has got no y coordinate, so it will lie in the x axis. That is the meaning. Now let's see the similar problem H0, 3. Let's try to do it. First, x coordinate is 0 and y coordinate is 3. The ordinate is 3, axis A is 0. So the most important thing is that coordinate is 3. So where is the y coordinate? Y coordinate, and it has got 3. Now, what about the x coordinate? X coordinate is 0. The same way that we said in the case of y axis being 0, if x axis is 0, it's over here. So the required point H is here. H0, 3. This is our required solution. And it's clear that if x coordinate is 0 or the axis is 0, then that point will be on y axis. Let's see another example. I 0, 1. How will you do it? In this case, axis is 0 and ordinate is 1. Whilst our ordinate, this is our ordinate axis, and you can see the required point is 1 is here and the axis is 0. So that is the point, required point is I, and the coordinates are 0, 1. Now let's see one more thing. Let's see a point J. J being having coordinates minus 5, 0. Let's see how this can be done. Where is our what's the coordinate? Minus 5, 0. That is axis A is minus 5, coordinate is 0. X coordinate is minus 5, y coordinate is 0. Who is our x axis? This is our x axis. Where's the point? Minus 5. This is our point. Now, what about the y coordinate? Y coordinate is 0. So, where will the point be? Y coordinate 0 means there is no rise or fall in the y axis. So, the required point will be over here itself. We can write j minus 5, 0. So, I hope you understood how to measure any given point in the Cartesian plane. This is called Cartesian plane or the xy plane or the coordinate plane. You can call any names as you wish. Now that's the end of our chapter. I know this is an easy chapter, so prepare well. And there are some exercise questions given in your textbook. One more additional thing is that if you are given or if you are asked to mark the point 1 by 2, what will you do? The best way is to convert that into decimal value. 1 by 2. What's the decimal value of 1 by 2? 1 by 2 is 0.5. That is, coordinate can be given of this form also. 1 by 2. 3 by 4. This is a possible coordinate that's to be given, that can be given. First, you need to convert this into decimal form. 1 by 2, we all know 1 by 2 is 0.5 and 3 by 4 is 0.75. So, what do we need to do? We'll have to draw a bigger, or the distance between 0 and should be kept bigger. And you can see 0.5 means exactly center of 0 and 1. So, this is our x coordinate or axis A, and what is our y coordinate? It is 0.5. So we will move to the y axis, and you know this will be 0.5, 0.25, 0.75. Then we can mark a point like this towards here. So this will be our required problem. I would recommend to take a graph paper and draw the axis. Axis will be already there. We will have to draw a in a bit bold way. And then you will be able to answer all the questions of that format. So I hope this video was informative for you, and thank you for watching. See you in the next video.